I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Math. It's really Oh, I found something while you... I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Yes, I bet it looks... Right, I have to get back to my homework now.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. Yes, yes?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon her. But what else did you find? Did anything...
You don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found that entity of her. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. An iron safety curtain curves before you. This must be where This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. Again, your voice becomes, Sire, may we suggest something? Think of the... Perhaps it's not such a bad idea. As before, this is directly... Again, Sire, may we suggest something? Think of the yelling into the... Perhaps it's not such a bad idea. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you, a mighty bellow. You hear a low rumble upstairs.
After you, officer.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10. Take a look around and see if there's any.
It almost looks as if the stones and no falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything.
How did I become one? It was a business. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me, not especially. I like working.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known that.
Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk work.
She's heard of the murder, but did not.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have.
It's light here, but dark in the yard.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard. It's an odd profession.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? More or less. Are you interested in anyone?
Oh, quite a lot of rats scuttle in the dark rooms under the.
Yes, I think it was called androgynous or lamp.
A bit of experiment. It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
I guess it just wasn't the time. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created a kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he... Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez.
It's not really full of that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the... Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an...
What's the
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my... It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
Nothing changes in her tone as she...
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those... You mean Mr. Fabron? Anything else? There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a search, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in Kyton from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just...
As she shifts around, you know.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. The usual, I imagine. That he's...
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. I have no idea why those kids and...
They were just props. Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about. They certainly took their work very seriously. The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand...
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capital. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time. Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The result is...
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for... The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative...
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girl. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you.
Fritta does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, eventually Ravishell ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. You did what? Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even the taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said,
Sounds cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imagined by telling you to do more drugs, mostly. Very good. You shouldn't do them. Anyway, now you know the story of the fall.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is...
Right. It used to be a gaming art. My advice, don't...
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the Tricentennial Electric? It used to be a major electric company.
It was too real to be... Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it's... Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. Well, I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novels.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity? Exactly. But I'm glad we got...
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm. She has begun to idly clean one of...
What have you found? And also, do a novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of I don't understand. If it's not her...
The narrative she's built herself. She's squeezing on the... To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Too many
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
Yes, because her business consists of this. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books. Or
There was never any other way this could have gone.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you.
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly.
The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Kuno. You already know. Shoot that shit at Kuno, pig. Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno does.
The man before you is naked, but
Yes, we do.
Is this about the questions again?
inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? No, and I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious. Yes. What? Yes.
The door is closed. This door can... The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives... A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. It belongs in... Things were good. Forever shot. If it doesn't draw out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open air, boîte de nuit. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust. There is a vast ocean of time. The click is used. Sometimes you like... It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe. The man ponders his cooking. You see a heavy steel. The door does not.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are...
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito, bullet holes. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Try this.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my.
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
That's good to hear, Detective.
Her bartering mind cannot...
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at...
She must really want you to look into the drugs. Otherwise, she'd tell you.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler.
No. It was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course.
Or he wants you and me to believe he's...
There's always that risk, man. He means it.
I'll think it over, Detective.
Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity? She has to ask herself.
How benevolent.
While we appreciate your assistance, ma'am, I'm afraid...
That is only fair. Well, I hope it yields something. What you've said is quite enough. Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it? Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there. A youth centre with Edgar Clare's... Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no... Yes.
She is more...
Full of ghosts and ancient... Of course, Detective.
Everything still... Me?
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as...
Very cool.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I doubt it.
The pawnbroker's gate.
Can I help you? You're already set for the night. Your door is unlocked.
It's you again. What is it? Again.
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
A lorry abandoned. The smell of cigarette. There's something odd about the passenger seat. Voila. A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind.
Bonne prise.
This large map, toll booths at the intakes, are marked. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on to Kuron through the middle-income neighborhoods. This municipal map from the 30s. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the rattle of motor carriage. The final map. These service tunnels were probably used during despite the cold, figures move. They travel from eminent. The road spreads. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large. The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate with cool names like La Puta Madre. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they... best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensic.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The metallic drawer slides out, pulling the toolbox slides back into its nest. You close the rust. This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inactive. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. A simple but clever, a thick layer of graffito cover. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and grays. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent sets. This coin-operated, your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. Some lunatic lost his mind. The artiste? Nothing I can do about. She leaves an old lady to her business. More. Oh.
What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great indeed. This door is made of no one.
We should return in the evening.
Hello again, officer. Oh, not only
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
does anyone in a city like this, it doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do is the...
Ruination has come. The broken arches betrayed a great force from the northeast. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst. Those arches acted as support. Only 3 stories stand when underwater iron helmets have sunk deep into the waves of the Martinez Inlet. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. A fleet. The combined armies. They massed airships. Many are still there to this. Coalition warship Archer can
The Coalition. But that was a long time ago.